Welcome to Cultivation Information. I'm Marlin Slack. Today it is all about some of the greatest contributions to theater and American literature as a whole. That's right, we got some exciting stuff coming up, so don't go anywhere.
Take me in my dreams, recurring, cheerful as a child's dance, into all more takes of freedom, one more longing I could climb.
You know I don't drink this but one night out the week. That's Friday night. I drink just enough to where I can handle it. Then I cuss it loose. I'll leave it alone. So you ain't got to worry about me drinking myself to death, because I ain't worried about that. I done seen them, done wrestled with them.
There are numerous ways to define theater. And like anything else, there are many different styles of it. But the question is, how does it play a role in culture? Theater tells the stories of the lives of people through their actions. For example, in many of William Shakespeare's histories, we come to understand the importance of royalty in early European culture. In modern texts like Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge, we come to understand the rise of immigration in the United States in the 1950s. This form of literature gives us direct examples of culture by presenting regionalisms, styles, settings, and many other attributes right before your eyes. Regional actress and costume designer Cynthia explains how she uses her crafts to tell the stories of the varieties of cultures exemplified in theater.
Hi, my name is Celia Burnett, and I'm an actress and designer at the Generic Theater. Just like Carol Burnett, although I'm sure you're too young to know who that is. I really like being the kind of designer who brings in either some sketches or some photographs, some different ideas, and shows them to the director, and then the director will say, yeah, I like that idea, but not that one. That one's good. I don't know, explore that more. Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way as an actor too, because like I said, sometimes a director will come in and tell the actor, I want you to walk over to the fireplace, and I want you to put your hand on your hip, and your other hand is going to point at a 45-degree angle. That's not very interesting for the actor. It's much more interesting for the actor to come in and say, I thought I would do it this way. Can I try it that way?
By using these different techniques, Celia is able to convey the playwright's message through performance and design. Local director Jim Mitchell explains.
Live theater is very much an art form for the writer. And I think that everybody that's mounting a live production is serving what the playwright intends to communicate.
Theater is one of the most successful educational tools ever used. Playwrights use the idea of a common person to convey their message.
Me and my cousin running, just another dime a dozen. Mom and pop stopping shop, and oh my God, it's gotten too darn hot. Like my man Cole Porter said.
In modern theater, you'll often find the use of music or lyric poetry. Even though Shakespeare was not an American, his use of rhythm and elaborate metaphors has greatly influenced the style of American writers. Actress Ashley Rye explains how Shakespeare's works is relevant in many forms of American literature even today.
Hello, my name is Ashley Rye, and I am an actress and a teacher. I think William Shakespeare set a standard for American playwrights. Well, even though he's not American, everybody was coming over from England that pretty much settled, especially this area. And so they were bringing with them that knowledge that they already had from England. So a lot of the things that were happening over there affected how we live our lives. I mean, it affected the way that we cultured our civilization, it affected religion, it affected relationships with others. But I really think that his writing affected the way that our writers decided to write their plays and that kind of thing. I mean, it definitely steered, American literature definitely steered away from the kind of language that he used in writing, but it still had the same passion behind it. I think that's why people love it so much, is that it is a great story. It's a great storyline. So therefore, I think it inspired American writers. Even today it does.
Now let's go through some of the great American playwrights through the years. Born in Harlem, New York in 1915, Arthur Miller attended the University of Michigan before moving back east to produce plays for the stage. His first critical and popular success was Death of a Salesman, which opened on Broadway in 1949. His very colorful public life was painted in part by his rocky marriage to Marilyn Monroe and his unwavering refusal to cooperate with the House of Un-American Activities Committee. Among some of Miller's most famous plays are All My Sons, The Crucible, A View from the Bridge, and Death of a Salesman. Lorraine Hansberry was born on May 19th of 1930 in Chicago, Illinois. She wrote A Raisin in the Sun, a play about a struggling black family which opened on Broadway to a great success. Hansberry was the first African-American playwright and the youngest American to win the New York Critics Circle Award. Throughout her life, she was heavily involved in civil rights. She died at age 34 of pancreatic cancer. Katori Hall is a playwright and performer from Memphis, Tennessee. Hall's plays include Mountaintop, which recently ran on Broadway at the Bernard Jacobs Theater, starring Angela Bassett and Samuel L. Jackson, Hurt Village, Children of Killers, Hoodoo Love, Remembrance, and Saturday Night's Sunday Morning. So the next time you're at a live performance or reading a play, try to pick out a few interesting things you notice about how the English language is being used. You may just find yourself being cultivated. I'm Marlin Slack. We'll see you next time on Cultivation.